This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades.
We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
Never waste a good crisis. And when it comes to the economic crisis, don't waste it.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto overall flat. Don't forget, Sammy opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then, of course, in the morning, once yield rates start moving, it'll move the market again. Now, we have Bitcoin dominance, the highest point in over 2 years. And that normally lasts around 6 months. And then the altcoins get to moving again. Now we have Bitcoin core developer steps back from the Lightning Network due to security challenges. And don't forget, guys, Bitcoin got its legs in the 2008 crisis. Remember, the whole theme around Bitcoin is replacing the banks. But as we know, and as I've showed you time over time, that the big banks and big corporations have been funding crypto from the beginning, and we can clearly see the hands behind Bitcoin. And we know the central banks have been working on digital assets for decades, and that's straight out of Jerome Powell's mouth. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which pulled back on Friday, but as we can see, yield rates are still high. No one wants that long end, because the globe knows the dollar is about to lose that world reserve currency title. And then, of course, guys, we have the dollar, which pulled back but still fairly strong. And then we have volume in crypto slightly up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed reported 1.13 trillion. And we'll see whether we can get below that trillion this week. We know Janet Yellen is tapping those funds. And don't forget, the Fed meeting is next week. And I don't see the Fed doing anything but staying, of course, data dependent. Saying the same thing, 2% inflation is the goal, because we can clearly see the bond market is doing the work for them. And I've posted a couple articles in the Crypto Patreon about them wanting to update the system November of 2023. And guys, if we have a shutdown, remember, we don't have a Speaker of the House, and we know that's nothing but a distraction. If we do happen to get a shutdown, we know they're going to be updating the financial system. Remember, the NWO are the master magicians, and remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sent about $23.5 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have crypto advocates file for amicus brief to address users' Fourth Amendment privacy rights. And guys, we know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. The IRS won't have to do anything when it comes to blockchain. They won't have to ask you to turn over any paperwork, because they already have the paperwork on blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, this article states that Cointelegraph tweet hoax shows a spot ETF is the only game in the crypto markets. But yes, of course, guys, whether it's big news or bad news, it's going to move the markets. And we know NWO has his hands behind it. So whether the market goes up or down, they're definitely going to profit. Remember, guys, over $100 million was liquidated over that article. And guys, you don't see anyone coming in to hold someone accountable. That's how you know the NWO is behind it. Now we have Base Network launches 8-week training course for blockchain developers. And guys, we know that's all about speeding up the adoption for this digital transformation, the fourth industrial revolution. We know what Brian Armstrong stated a long time ago. And you guys know I've done several videos when I first started on Brian Armstrong and Andreessen, my guy. They were definitely building a digital economy, and we can clearly see that now. And then lastly, guys, we have FinCEN issues alert regarding crypto transactions connected to the drums of beating. And we know this is all about the Hegelian dialectic. Remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And the times that we're in right now, guys, you cannot trust the eyes or the ears at first glance. Remember, the eyes and ears are the window to the soul. So, guys, you definitely have to protect it. That's the reason why when I see something, I sit back, I analyze it first. I don't put any emotions into anything when it comes to television or social media. I sit back, I let it play out. Sometimes you need time to let things play out, so therefore you can get a better picture. Because we can clearly see, if you watch the video I did last night on the technology, you have real pictures of people, and it's not even real. AI created people. So if you create a fake image, and then, of course, guys, you put the speech behind it, you give them a little personality, and the average person will not be able to see whether they're speaking to a machine or an actual person. And that's the reason why the metaverse is going to be so dangerous. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.